folks, Caleb with the Auman Landscape YouTube channel here. I want to talk, we've got a Cat 305 on rent here. Just had it for the day for a few hours, so I don't think we've had a 305 on the channel here. Did a 304, did a 306, 308 I believe. Carla McCullough, our cat rental rep, does an awesome job with getting us cat equipment all over the state of Ohio when we're doing these out of town jobs, which is super cool. Few things, this is a 5, so again, excavators for the Cat series, most brands are going to have some sort of numerical system that's going to indicate how much they weigh and what they are. So a Cat 3 anything is an excavator. A Cat 9 anything, 900 anything, is going to be a loader. Motor graders, all that stuff have a certain number indicator in the first in the hundreds place there. So this is a Cat 305, so it's a 5 metric ton machine. I don't know what any of the E2 and CR stuff is. My little Cat 335 is a 303.5 E2 CR. Again, I don't know what any of that crap is, so you'll have to look that up. But it's a 5 metric ton machine, a little over 10,000 pounds. So you're getting into CDL territory in about any vehicle you haul, and that's not including bucket and a few other things. Ergonomics wise, I'm not super in love with this machine here. I don't know what year it is. It's not a next gen. The key down here is not super intuitive. I don't know where else they would put it, but whatever. Enclosed cap, totally worth the money when you can. Now this thing has a debris crate on it, which really sucks because it really messes with your depth of field. You can't see, right? I mean, you can see, but like, if you're gonna reach out and really like try to get fine-tuned with something, this screen really messes with your depth perception. At least it does me. So, and that's not, this is just an after. This is in case this. It doesn't even matter because most machines aren't going to have that on there, right? This is for forestry, forestry mulching or whatever to protect this bazillion-dollar door here. Otherwise, ergonomics are all pretty decent. I need to adjust this seat, but it's your standard Cat model thing. Cat model cab machine. Like I said, key and throttle are not in the most convenient of places, but if you've got it on auto idle and all that stuff, it's really not not too bad here. So I gotta change my control pattern. I'm backhoe or John Deere, whatever you want to call it, for control pattern. Parking your machine too, but ideally they say you want to park your boom like that, is what I'm told. Tell me otherwise in the comments. But that way all your hydraulics are protected, all the shiny cylinders, right? They're all protected that way. When the bucket's curled out, all the boom and stick are both extended like that, because if you park it all tucked in, right, like all this, and everything is like this, that's a horrible camera angle, but your boom, your cylinder is exposed, so you got kids come through with ball bats or gloves or something, potentially you could get that damage, which is a bazillion dollars. That's exposed. Also for greasing, I'm told that's the way to go, but I don't know. When it's designed to be fully extended, it's easier access for all the grease points. Again, all things you should research, because we're not a good channel for this stuff. Diesel and Iron is one to check out. We're going to park this here in the parking lot, pretty much just like this, so we don't take up a huge footprint. By the way, too, we have our boom over our motors, our final drive dinner, which is a huge no-no. But I'll tell you, it's funny, I did not let that idle down. Shame on me. I'm in a hurry, I want to go home. We're 3 hours from home, so whatever, but we want to get this video out. So, but still a nice size machine. We have a 303.5. If you can afford it, I would aim for like a 304 is a really good size machine at that tiny level. After that, I really lean towards going like 306-ish. If you've got the way to mobilize it, move it. A 308 is really nice, but 308's big, and you got to have the right work mix for 308s and the right mobilization. That's a big deal. So generally, you're going to dig over your blade, so you don't want to dig over your final drives. That's what these are. Those are probably 10,000 a piece, and so you hook your teeth on those and tear them up. You'll get in big trouble, and it'll cost you a fortune if it's your own machine. So you want to avoid that. On your excavators, boom, stick. This part here is called your king post, which your boom will swivel in that. Really handy. I love that. Something else you should get, we did a video on this a while ago, is always, it's really worth the money, and figure out how you can do it, is hydraulic quick connect. You can switch back and forth between buckets, and you'll have to check that video back in the channel here for that, because it's a great point. If you can't afford tilt rotator for $50,000 additional, at least get like $3,000 or $4,000, whatever it costs, for the hydraulic quick couple, so you can switch in and out of buckets really fast. It's really the way to go at a minimum. Enclosed cab, I'd also encourage that. It's going to help increase your productivity through the years. In crappy weather, you know, just being able to work a few more days of the year when rain's driving in and you're doing something, that alone will pay for the upgrade. Just a few extra days of production a year. So you got to keep that in mind. That's a thought. So something to think about. But again, 305 here, nice size machine. These are pretty long tracks here. I don't know if that's unusually, I don't know. I wonder if that's a 306 undercarriage maybe, I don't know. But the machine does feel real stable. We only ran it here for a couple hours, so I can't really say anything too much about it, but it's Caterpillar, you know, you can't go wrong there. Just whether or not you got good cat dealer near you with good cat support, all that kind of stuff. And I'm not a brand guy, I don't care what brand you pick. You've got to find a supplier that and dealer that's going to take care of you. That's the #1 thing. So I have a John Deere dealer right down the road from me. I don't buy from them. They've never been nice to me, so we don't buy John Deere stuff. Yeah, so that's that. So that's it, folks. Hope that was a nice little quick overview. Again, nothing that's going to help you make a final decision on the machine, but just want to show you a 305 there. Hey, how do I get my spouse involved? And our advice on that generally is like, well, first off, don't ask them to do the tasks necessarily that you don't want to do and that they wouldn't want to do necessarily, right? You need to invite them in of like with their strengths and let them, you know, utilize their strengths. Just like, hey, I need you to do accounting because I hate it and I suck at it and you're going to do it. And, you know, like, that's not the way to invite anyone into your organization, right? You're going to put a square peg in a round hole kind of thing. Yeah, so like with her being in marketing, like, man, and that's essentially to get to it. Is like, that's what we say is like, ask them what they're good at, and what, you know, I mean, have that conversation is what I mean. You probably know, but I mean, you need to have that conversation with your spouse or significant other, whatever's going on, and invite them in and say, what do you want to do that you could do, and then also my other aspect of this is compensate them in a way that makes it worth their while. And it's maybe not just financially, but it's like, hey, if you help me with this, I swear to God, I'll never work another Saturday or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you pay for it that way, kind of deal is the way we look at it.